Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. My name is Graham and welcome to my show, and today we got a crazy video that we have to watch. It was posted about a week ago and all of a sudden on like a brand new channel, it took off like wildfire. It's now sitting at over 650,000 views, and it's easy to see why, because the title is Touring Dan Bilzerian's former LA mega mansion with $100 million just on the thumbnail. And I gotta say, I've seen this house when it was being built, and I know the owner at the time had talked about renting it for $200,000 a month, but he didn't tell me who he rented it to. Turns out it was Dan Bilzerian. So now let's take a look into this crazy Bel Air mega mansion. As soon as, of course, we destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm, let's begin.
This is where you throw like 500 people parties.
500 people parties. Listen, I get anxiety when I have more than 10 people over at the house, because then I'm thinking, well, somebody's leaving the door open, the cat's gonna get outside, people are bringing dirt inside, it's a mess. I don't like that. Just the idea of having 500 people over at the house stresses me out. Would never want to do that. My limit, 10 people or less, and I'm happy. You got one of the biggest houses in the neighborhood. I've driven past this house so many times. As you're driving up the hill, it's the only thing you see. It's like when you're in Bel Air, this house is like the equivalent of the North Star. It's like, oh yeah, you see that big mansion up on the corner. Yeah, if you hit that mansion, you've gone too far. You got to turn around. This thing is just, it takes up the entire hillside.
We are in Bel Air, and this house right behind me may look a little familiar because this is Dan Bilzerian's old rental home here in Los Angeles.
Look at that. Okay, so two things. One, that looks like a rendering. And number two, I noticed a little wish thing. This dude is either buying or renting up the most expensive real estate in every major city. I can't say where else they moved to, but there's another house that they're just hosting some big events at. And it's all because of Wish.com.
So this house sits quite elevated from the street level. That driveway opens up and brings you up to the motor court. There's a security gate up there. And as you come up here, this is pretty crazy. You can probably park about 30 to 40 cars here. This house is truly massive.
You're basically just buying a giant valet lot in front. Like, I feel like you pull in your own house. You would need someone there at the front door just taking your keys and pulling your car away for you.
4 floors, 10-car garages on the left, massive entry, bedrooms on the 2nd floor, and common spaces on the 3rd and 4th floor, and lower level has some cool rooms as well. This is just crazy.
Yeah, you know when this was built?
Recently.
This had to have been built for like a party house, right?
It is a party house, let's just admit it.
Yeah, like,
it is a party house.
Yeah, just imagine that a nice quiet family moves in, you know, husband, wife, they have like 2 children, well-behaved kids, you know, who just study, and they buy a house like that.
When this thing hit the market initially, like I think 3 or 4 years ago, it was for $100 million.
Really?
This is insane.
Wow. And the rental price?
So Wish is currently renting this home for $250,000 a month, and we have been told that with the overhead, house manager, everything, their overhead for running this house is about $500,000 a month.
Oh man, okay, so the rental price went up. So Dan was paying $200,000 a month to rent this house. Now it's $250,000 a month. And yeah, I believe it. Like, you'll need a full-time like chef, you'll need a full-time cleaner on this thing. Basically, as soon as you leave a room, there's got to be somebody there just to clean it up. So like minimum $300,000 plus utilities and all that other crazy stuff. It's wild how much this house is making.
Look at this massive glass pivot door. Come on in.
Yeah, see, this whole house is just a write-off. It's one giant write-off for a promotion for Wish.com, which I gotta say, it's probably good marketing. It's probably money well spent.
Let's start here first. Off of the entry, this door opens up to the movie theater. I mean, this is a pretty good sized movie theater, comfortable seating, recliner chairs, cup holders that cools or heats your drinks.
Cup holder that cools your drinks. I want one of those. That would be perfect for the coffee, because that's the problem. It just gets warm after an hour or so. I need one of those.
That intro was quite heated, right? It's pretty bright out there, and I'm already kind of hot, so I'm gonna take a sip of water here.
Oh, as we go to the bowling alley.
When you're at this price point, it's not a matter of having rooms or space, it's a matter of what else the house can offer you. In this case, it has a bowling alley.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, every house over $75 million, it's practically essential in this market to have a bowling alley. Like some, it's like you gotta have a pool, but in this category, it's a bowling alley.
This is a content creator home. Like they want people to utilize
We're
this
creating
home.
content. Yeah?
Exactly, and we're creating the content as we speak, so let's see. Man, I suck at bowling.
See, I would just keep retaking that shot over and over and over again until eventually I got a strike and be like,
Whoa, it's the first time I did this. I didn't have to get a strike.
even if it took days.
Let's go back to the entry.
It's gonna be a long tour if we use every amenity in this house.
Pocket doors everywhere, spacious. That's the entry right there. So this is the staircase going up to all the top floors, elevator. That's the 10-car garage. They're using it as a storage for their Wish stuff.
Wow, look at that. The 10-car garage, it's got one of those motor spinny things where you could drive in, you're on that, and the thing will just rotate around, so you could rotate your car as you please. That is so cool.
But let's go upstairs. Level number 2. So we have the bedrooms here, and we got a couple more bedrooms on this wing, but this one is open. All ready for the next person to stay in here because they allow content creators actually to stay in the house, which is cool. Keep in mind, again, 12 bedrooms, 25 bathrooms, and this top setup is a little, what is the word, Mikey? Like little edgy, little out there?
Yeah, it's wide open. So you could sit in bed and just, well, maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the point that it's wide open. I wouldn't do it. I would just get too self-conscious.
Now we're at the 3rd level. This is where we have all the common areas like the seating areas, bar, kitchen, dining areas, all that good stuff. Staircase goes up to the 4th floor. And let's go this way first.
Yeah, and this is kind of the communal snacking floor. We got snacks everywhere, we got drinks. We have 3 bars on this level. So we'll cover them all real quick.
3 bars? You don't need 3 bars. You need 1 good bar, and that's it. But listen, this house was made for parties, and Dan Bilzerian was throwing some crazy stuff with tickets starting at like $25,000 a head. It's nuts, but this house is really meant to be just a giant nightclub in a residential setting.
This is the main kitchen, and keep in mind, right around the corner, there's the caterer's kitchen. I never knew you can, I guess, join 3 Wolf 4 burners. So they got 12 burners and 2 pot fillers and this massive custom vent design. I obviously marble everywhere.
That's huge. Okay, so that's a commercial kitchen. They're cooking for dozens of people at the same time, minimum.
Pool table, bar setup. Obviously everything is Wish branded. So there's Wish logos, pillows, everything. More snacks.
You want some Cheetos?
I'm good for now. I look at this bar. I mean, it would be nice to live out here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah, give us a call, Wish. Next time you'll have a party, we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I would gladly be sponsored by Wish for something like this. Listen, we don't need this dinosaur head. We could just get like a big Wish logo here. We could get Wish books, a Wish coffee. Well, listen, I'll be on a Wish computer to be able to live in this house.
And now we're back at the main entry. Now let's go check out the other side. Again, staircase going up to the top floor, skylight. I believe there's 2 more bathrooms. Let's just show it. Why am I even talking about it? Just bathroom number 1, stone everywhere. Another bathroom here. Again, 25 bathrooms. So we're gonna show you guys as much as possible.
25 bathrooms. Unbelievable, but there's a reason for that, because every common area needs to have some sort of guest bathroom, because imagine how annoying that would be to be in the living room and then you have to walk through the kitchen and walk through another room to get to a bathroom. So every common area has to have some sort of half bathroom, every bedroom has to have a bathroom, and so then it starts adding up at that point.
Formal dining room, chandelier, opening up to the views.
Love the table. I think that looks to be an onyx table, which onyx is this type of stone that's somewhat see-through. So you could put lights underneath the stone and it looks like that and it glows at night. Onyx is one of the coolest stones out there. The only downside is that it kind of scratches easily. It's not exactly the most stain resistant, but it does look good.
This is kind of cool. Like, this is kind of like your private dining area with these
wine
glass
tasting
doors.
room, kind of?
They actually have these automatic doors. I just realized that.
Oh, they're key-coded too.
See, that's probably the card table. You got to get together and like play poker and whatnot. That's the game room. Or you could have Pokemon battles there. You could play Yu-Gi-Oh cards or Magic the Gathering. That's where this is all done.
I think this was designed as like your little party.
It's like a nightclub.
Nightclub, exactly. You know, you got your onyx bar, skylights, and it opens up to the outdoors so people can come in and out. We got a pool table right there.
I realize this is the second pool table we've seen in just a few minutes.
This is kind of cool, like a little room. Mikey, can you expose it to the outside and just show the views from here? Not a big deal, just LA in the back with a golf course, you know. I don't know what our lives turn into, but we tour like $50 million homes and go eat tender greens afterwards. It's kind of like a weird contrast, but you know, it's fun.
Tender greens is expensive. I don't know what he's talking about. Tender greens is like a $15 to $18 little salad. That to me, that's a lot of money.
This is where the outdoor space shines. So you open up these sliding glass doors. This house technically doesn't have a backyard, but it has a massive rooftop deck. I mean, this thing is incredible. Let me take you guys out here first.
Yeah, they really utilize the rooftop impeccably. Like, you wouldn't even think this house doesn't have a backyard because it has a backyard. It's on top of the roof.
So this is the outdoor gym. I mean, it's not like a couple dumbbells, you know, and then a couple gym equipment. I mean, this has literally everything.
This is insane. How do they keep this clean from the dust and the smog and like the twice a year it rains? Wouldn't the equipment would constantly need to be clean to maintain it outside?
Let me see you pump a little bit.
It's gotta
Like,
be
no,
rough.
I'm good.
I'll just pick this up. This even looks too heavy.
That's probably too much.
That thing electrocuted me so bad. Oh my God, this is way too much. No chance in hell.
All right, let's just move on.
Let's just move on. We got a lot more to see.
No more weights.
I like how they keep in some of those bits throughout it. It makes it really fun.
Backyard continues this way. We got more outdoor seating here. Nice little waterfall, adds up to the tranquility. And
Kind of a soccer beer pong.
soccer beer pong?
Yeah, I don't know if you're supposed to kick it or throw it, or
I hope to God you don't
there a
drink
soccer?
anything that.
Wow, look at that. Listen, I just think that's unique. I have never seen something like that before in my life.
Outdoor space continues. Again, this doesn't have a backyard, but you kind of have this massive rooftop deck.
The fact that they did a rooftop deck like this, in my opinion, is a 10 out of 10. Look at this. Like, this to me seems like the perfect backyard as is, on top of a roof.
Now, this is really nice. Guys, keep in mind, we have a main channel, second channel. We work with other creators, collaborations. We've been working out a lot. This content is not easy to make. When we see pools like this, I'm like, we should have brought our
this
swim
could have
trunks.
been the one we jumped in easily. Like, they wouldn't have cared if we
They
jumped
wouldn't
in.
have cared probably. One day. Spa.
I love that upper little area with the water and the seats. That is neat. That's what I want.
By the way, okay, this is totally unrelated, but these kind of like angled cantilevers are just really cool. They got one there, one here. Looks architecturally unique, so I wanted to point that out. Pool is amazing, infinity edge. Let's go. You kind of have more outdoor space here.
I love it. I absolutely love the rooftop. I think the house itself inside, not the biggest fan. It's really meant for entertaining. I'm not a huge fan of entertaining, but I love the outdoor space that they've done.
Now, let's see, lower level. Still a ton of outdoor space. We got seating areas, another bar setup on the other side. By the way, this is the skylight that brings natural light to the third floor.
Stand on it.
It's always weird to stand on these things, but
Can you see down?
oh my God, the reflection is crazy.
Yeah, I always get so anxious walking on those because, of course, it's going to be the one time that I step on it, it just starts cracking. But it's cool looking. I would love one day to be able to do an aquarium like that. Like, to have the glass, have an aquarium above it, so you can look up and see the fish. Would love that. One day I could do that.
We kind of have the pool and the pool house on our backhand side. Amazing views. I mean, this is incredible. This is what LA is all about. Granted, maybe this house is a little bit of a exaggerated version
This
of
is
that.
like a fantasy land LA. This is what everyone outside of LA imagines LA to be like, you know?
Thank you, Wish. And I hope you guys enjoyed these videos.
Yeah, you know what? At this point, we could really just be touring all the Wish mansions that they have because Wish is smart. They're getting some of the best mansions around the country, putting their logo everywhere. And it might sound crazy, but like, I'm not too familiar with Wish. But afterwards, I'm like, ooh, what is it? Wish.com. Okay. And you got to think too, every single person driving up Bel Air, you're looking at this house plastered with Wish. I don't know how I would feel if I were the neighbor and I had spent like $25 million buying a house and next door you're next to a billboard. But regardless, the house itself, great for entertaining. Wish is smart for doing the advertising on it. But overall, go and subscribe to NS Plus and NS's channel. He does some incredible house tours. And if you guys like videos like this, I will react to more of them. So the best way to judge that is whether or not you hit the like button. So if you enjoy videos like this, just hit the like button, comment down below, let me know. I read pretty much all of the comments. It helps me out a lot. And with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to subscribe. Feel free to also add me on Instagram. I post it pretty much daily. So if you want to be a part of it there, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.